Hey guys, it's Stefan. Welcome back to our World of Warcraft gearing or progress series, which whenever you prefer. And in this one, we're on episode 10. We're getting the big numbers. We're up to 393 item level, and I just woke up and I saw that we have a 400 Azerite cache from the emissary. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You guys don't have to watch it. These world quests are really boring. I'll do them real quick. You guys will be okay, and I'll show you what we get. We should also get to level 44 in our necklace. That should be good. Um, obviously we are hoping not to get shoulders because we already have those. But if we do, we'll look at the traits, and if they're better, it wouldn't be bad to disenchant one of these because that's gonna help us towards getting in the next week. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna go to the vendor and show you guys what I mean. So I have the game sounds turned off because I think they're distracting when I'm playing my other characters. So we have 960 10 residuum. So soon we can buy the 415 Azerite pieces. So if we get 400 here that we don't need, we can disenchant it and get about 110 residuum, I think. So that's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, I'll see you guys when we're done with the emissary. So we're almost at the last world quest. I'm just gonna talk about something while we're on the fly here. Um, in the next couple dungeons I do, there's a possibility that I'll have a friend along with me. His characters are similar item level to my warrior, most of them below my warrior actually, and he's a really good player, but he is not like we do Mythic Plus together all the time. He doesn't really carry me ever. He does pretty well though. He does kind of carry a lot of groups. Depends how good the pugs are that you get. Just wanted to see that put that out there, and just in case people wonder like why or who. I'm not getting carried. He won't be on a character higher gear than my warrior. I've told him that if we're doing this, then he can't be higher level than me or higher gear level than me. And that's kind of like my way of making sure I'm not getting carried, even though I've done tens with him on lower geared tanks than my warrior, so kind of it's a bit it's a weird rule that I have, but obviously we just don't want anyone to have the opportunity to make an excuse saying got carried or anything like that. So let's go ahead and in this emissary, and the thing is, right now the episodes are mainly going to consist of Mythic Plus and the weekly opening, because until patch 8.2 comes out, this might be the last video I record before patch 8.2 comes out, but this video will probably be out like way after patch 8.2 is out. Currently, there aren't many ways to gear up in World of Warcraft. Most of it is just do Mythic Plus and wait for the weekly chest. So yeah, I'm gonna try to spice it up a little bit, but I don't know how. I'll try to figure something more fun out than just doing Mythic Plus. Anyway, let's get some of this and shoulders. That's good. That is what we want. That's an upgrade, and our Azerite got a level up as well. That's what we want to see. All right, let's see what kind of traits we got. This is good, but more damage on Thunderclap just feels. Yeah, I mean I'm replacing. I think it's the same traits. Yeah, it's the same traits as my current helmet. So this is the higher item level one, which is good. We take overwhelming power here. The haste on that is really good. So yeah, anyway, guys, I'll probably see you guys in the next clip where I do something probably Mythic Plus. If I don't do that today as I'm recording this, There might be like another Azeroth mission or emissary that comes up that would be good to do, and I'll obviously see you guys there. But for now, I don't know what it's gonna be. So let's put this helmet on, and that's 394. That's not bad. Guys, you want to know what I realized the other day? I was watching back some of my earlier episodes. There was this moment in one of the episodes where my item level was higher than I could find out. I think I found out it's just because can't equip them. Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure it's just because at the time I had to dual wields. I think at the time I had a higher two-hander, and I had a 370 weapon, I think, and a 370 offhand or 350 shield. And I'm pretty sure what happened was I had double 370 two-handed weapons, which basically turned the tides in terms of item level. I'm pretty sure that was what happened. I might be wrong. I don't really know. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey guys, you know how I just said that you probably wouldn't see me until I do a Mythic Plus? Well, I just realized the Darkshore World boss is up, and I'm gonna go bonus roll it. Yeah. I wouldn't say that bonus rolling it is like the best, cause I mean I don't need what the boss can drop really. What I do want though is that to disenchant the helmet, this could, or use it for Fury. It's got some cool traits in there. It's got some cool arms traits too. So there's definitely a potential, but I want to disenchant it. That way I should be able to get my 415 piece next week. So we're gonna go and do this. Not even here. Wrong place. This one. That's the one. And so load, please. Thank you. So it's over there. We're also gonna get 750 Azeroth power from this, or artifact power, whatever it's called. Should be a good upgrade. And I just realized now I have to go do this on like all my characters, which is gonna be really tiresome. I'll be completely honest. Let's get invited to this group. Gonna invite a buddy. No, he's gone. Never mind. Oh, he's over here. Why didn't I see that? I've moved him. Gonna pop a cooldown here, just to yeah, my UI is a bit of a mess when I'm not inside a raid instance, guys. So you're gonna have to forgive me on that. Gonna have to forgive me on that one. I might just die. I don't know if I have enough self-sustain to survive. Okay, I am getting healed. This is good news. This is very good news. Okay. Move the boss, and now he's gonna petrify, which means that he's gonna spawn these little dudes that I wanna get in on the AoE part here. Does he do that forever? No, he's good. Alright. Oh. Target moved for some reason. Oh, that person is gone, I guess. Okay. That person taunted it, so I guess I don't have to do anything else. I'm gonna look at my gear. I don't think it's worth bonus rolling this, because I'm definitely gonna do a 10 key this week, and that's a 400 P. You know, we'll roll. Yeah, we're gonna get AP. Alright, so yeah, now I'll probably see you in a Mythic Plus. Yeah, see you there. So I said we were gonna I'll see you guys in Mythic Plus, but I woke up today and we have a 400 Azeroth cache again. It's one day later. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in and hope for a chest, because, I mean, the game wants to give us Azeroth pieces, you know? We gotta... Oh, of course. That's nice. I like that. I like you, game. This game really likes this character, except for the shield. It doesn't want to give me a shield at all. But yeah, that's all of our Azeroth pieces at 400 now. Did not really... it's pretty lucky. And Blizzard have been very nice to give us all of this. It's been really nice. And next thing I know, tomorrow I'll wake up and there'll be a weapon emissary. Who would have thought? That would be funny, actually. And then I get a shield from it at like 395, and we're pretty much going to be close to 400 item level. That's pretty good. So let's see if my prediction goes right, that sometime in this episode there's going to be a weapon emissary to do as well. So let's equip the chest. And that puts us at 395. That is nice. Now, I'm not going to promise this time that you'll see me in a Mythic Plus, because this reset this week has been, there's been a lot of not, really good emissaries to do. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. So we're here with a +9 Freehold. The group we have is a 393 Demon Hunter. We have a 395 Holy Priest. And then the Hunter and the Warlock are a pre-made. So the Warlock is like 380 something and the Hunter is 417. So I did what I've said before, is invite people who are going to help you make your group run well. So we go for a big pull here, and I try, don't really know why the priest gripped me there. I had my cooldowns up, so I didn't really need the grip there. He probably should have saved it for this moment, because now I'm running out of cooldowns. So I felt like going for this pull, even with pretty much a carry. The Warlock did well. Like, the Warlock was good. He was clearly just gearing up an ult, so like a pretty good player. But it was very clearly that the Hunter and the Demon Hunter would be able to do enough on big pulls that it would just be okay, and that's kind of what I believed, and that's why I went for that pull. I do like doing that pull. I like it the most on my Paladin, because I can immunity everything. One thing that was really insane that we had happen here is the Hunter. I'm trying to... Who ninja pull? Because there's a ninja pull coming up here, and I'm kind of like trying to see where it comes from. Yeah, I think it was the... I think it must have been the priest, because he's the one who's got aggro. So again, we have a big pull, and now we don't really have any cooldowns. So I'm trying my best. I do break that guy out of his thing. I probably should have let him there. I didn't actually see the trap until it was too late. Like I said, the Hunter really, really good. I completely lost my train of thought. What was I going to talk about before I talked about the ninja pull? I don't remember. It's kind of funny. I'm not going to like go back and try to figure out. But one thing I have noticed over the last couple of episodes, because I've gotten accustomed to watching my own gameplay back, like watching back my gameplay. And one thing I had noticed was I hadn't been using my victory rush enough, so I went into this dungeon with you can see the debuffs and buffs are kind of broken there, but that's okay. So I don't really care. I see that they've got like 50 staggers, or the 50 bolsters. So I went into this dungeon with the thought on my mind. I need to use my victory rush more. And so here, when you have bolstering, you just kite. It's warrior can get away with it easily. One thing that I notice here is that I pay attention to the priest. He never he takes so long to start drinking. He says starts moving around, and then starts drinking finally. Like he's taking a really long time to start drinking, which bothered me a lot because like we could have done a lot better this run. It was a good run. You guys will see. But we lost a lot of time due to the priests, due to the priest not, not drinking fast enough, really. So, obviously with bolstering, we want to kill the enforcers, kinda. We want to kill this pack as fast, to get as much together as we can, because the enforcers can't really be kited, which is gonna, that's gonna run me into issues. So I have to rely on them throwing me away. I was hoping the hunter would be further away so I could jump to him. But it was fine. So I go in there. The demon hunter was tanking, so I decided to just taunt and just kite him around a little bit. The demon hunter somehow died. I think he stood in the frontal because I definitely had aggro on the mob there when after I taunted. But you'll see here, the priest does res, but he doesn't actually go for drinking. Like, I'm looking at him, he's really just standing there. And this really bothered me a lot. Like, yes, he doesn't need mana, but when you're doing a Mythic Plus as a healer, you have to start your drinking. You have to start it, drink in between pulls. Buy a shitload of water, and just drink as much as you can. Right? There's really no loss there. You lose. I used drums there. I didn't realize we used Hero earlier. I realized it here. I was like, wait, we don't have the thing. But yeah, when you're a healer, you have to drink constantly. Like, go ahead and be ready for the next pull. Like, run towards the next pull and start drinking there and wait for the tank. Like, it's the most annoying thing in a timed dungeon. It's really, really annoying having to wait for the healer. That bothers me a lot. So, yeah. He is getting hit by pretty much everything there is to be hit by. So yeah, I'm recording the commentary right after I did this run, which is fun. What I didn't understand is that this demon hunter has at least 10 item levels on the warlock and is still losing to him on a lot of pulls, except for big AoE pulls. I really never understood that. And if you're wondering, no, I didn't change to a panda. I've got a toy on which made me a panda, which it's random. It makes you. It's a coin of something. I forgot what it's called. It has like a 1-day cooldown and it only has an hour duration. And here I'm losing aggro, so I'm trying to hold aggro as much as I can. But we have Skittish, and the hunter's obviously going absolutely ham. Going absolutely mental. I'm trying to run towards the next pull just to be ready there to save time.
I've got it on good authority. The captain if we get into that party, you can cut off all.
So when you have the drinking ferrets or whatever, the ones you have to talk to and drink, I like taking this path because again, you don't have to pull all the other stuff. There's enough trash on the way that you really don't have to go out of your way to pull the trash over there. So you take the route behind here, which a lot of people might know. So. But yeah, so far we've progressed really nicely with the character. A +9 doesn't feel like it actually does anything anymore. I just walk in there and it doesn't feel like anything. One cool change that has happened to these mobs is that the small rats, they do not bolster anymore. They do not bolster the big guy, so That used to be a pretty big problem. Anyway, I'll let you guys enjoy the video for a bit, and I'll take a drink. And since there's nothing important going on, you guys just enjoy the video. That one was really funny because I hit one of them and it didn't pull the whole pack, which was really annoying because I wanted to do a big pull back and then we have this situation. So it's kind of lucky that we only pulled one of them. But at the same time, I think we would have been honestly fine. Because as you can see, me and the hunter were really just carrying this run on AoE pulls. And in freehold on fortified, AoE pulls are kind of the thing. There's not really many big mobs they have to worry about with bolster, so the hunter and I can just go ham every time. And the warrior really just feels like it doesn't take any damage compared to some of my other tanks, because I mean I've been tanking on all my characters lately, so it just feels like it hasn't really. So here I go for a really risky pull. What happens is I got pulled in. It's okay. Like I'm able to like stay alive. It's fine. But I'm trying to like do as much damage as I can while also tanking them as much as I can. And you can see that that's going okay, but there I used my fear because I have the trait that makes the mobs do a little bit less damage to me, like after the fear. So they pulled me in after I charged out, which was kind of annoying. I was waiting for the battle res. The warlock goes for stun first. This pull was really what went wrong. This pull didn't have to go this wrong. It was really like, and now the problem here is that after I die, it's very hard for me to regain aggro. And then the demon hunter accidentally pulls the boss too. So I'm pulling everything back here, trying to get a reset on everything. So the bosses are now like double bolstered. All people had to do was just run out and reset the boss, which like we did. The hunter and I, we did, but so the priest doesn't go for the battle res here, which is a good decision, I think. Because we don't have anyone to res him though, so he's gonna have to run back. Which I just decided I'm just gonna go pull the big guy while we wait. See, the priest is really slow at everything. Like it's like he doesn't know we don't have a res. Like look at our comp. The only one who could res is an engineer, right? So he should know this. Like he had an okay amount of Mythic Plus experience, not great, and he had a decent item level too. It's like 400-ish. Like he should know that if you don't, like if you have a rogue, or not a rogue, hunter, warlock, and demon hunter with a warrior tank, you're not getting rest. You gotta release instantly, and that was a trash pack too. He could have released instantly and just ran here while we were finishing off the pack, which was really frustrating. Like I said, he's losing us a lot of time. But this is the nature when you're doing this in the pug world. As I said, I would try to do most of the series in is the pug world. That's kind of due to happen. That's gonna happen, and we're just gonna have to accept that. Now we have the pig, and I do not like this pig whatsoever. It's really, really annoying. I'm just gonna stand here and just let them do it.
Well, look at that. They caught a pig. Maybe we should move on to a more threatening challenge. From the sewers of Freehold comes a Tortolan brigand who makes it his duty to totally hurt you. He is the dynamo of the
Greetings,
fence,
sir,
the sergeant
and,
of shell shock,
ma'am.
the hellion in a half shell, Lootway!
So this guy on fortified hits pretty hard because he counts as a trash mob with fortified. And something really funny happens is the priest is gonna die, which I don't understand how you have that happen to you on this guy. I don't get how you die to. I guess he died to the mobs behind. Maybe that was it. I have no clue. Maybe that's actually it seemed more likely because I didn't see any shells around him. So it's like I don't know. It was all kinds of weird.
What a fight! These smelly buccaneers are resilient, and they better be, because their next challenger is the epitome of brutality. A champion that sleeps with the fishes. Literally. The Freehold fanatic. The master of the jagged jawbone jab. The powerful pugilist predator. Trothak the Shark Puncher!
So now we go into a pretty spicy pull. I'm gonna kill these two first, and I think that we're able to kill them fast enough so that we could kill the other pack before the big guy shows up. Now the warlock wants to do a portal up there, which is fine, but the thing is we need the percentage anyway, and we're gonna just lose time going somewhere else to get it. I would understand to skipping it if you have reaping, but we do not have reaping. So right now there's really no reason to skip this trash on this difficulty, because this pack is really, really easy. I made sure the painful motivation went through. You guys should all do that. And here we run into a situation where they die just in time to bolster all the other guys. I was wondering if we should wipe, but then I was like, no, we can take them. What seemed to happen is that the hunter seemed to stop DPSing like the small guys, which is cool because that helps a lot with so we could do enough damage to the officer before he bolsters even more. And with this pack, the percentage is perfect. I mapped all of this out because I planned to killing this pack. I just didn't plan on bolstering the guy this much. So again, percentage is perfect as I was planning. You can see on the timer we have a fair bit of time left. If the again, I think I get stuck on this cannon every time I go here. It's really annoying. If the priest had paid a little bit more attention, this runner was a slightly better player. We would have probably +3'd this run. Because we do have a lot of DPS for the boss. I do pop heroism or my drums early, which I don't think I should have done, but I wanted to just kill the boss. I keep forgetting because at 75% and 50%, he starts taking increased damage. Which, you know, obviously we benefit a lot more from. I think it's, what actually, is it 50 and 25% actually? It could be 50 and 25, I forgot. But at some point in this fight, when he casts loaded dice, that increases his damage taken. And then he casts another one later, which increases damage taken as well. So definitely makes this fight really fast and relatively easy. I almost fall off there. I do not like tanking it here, but I do it because everyone always messes up with the cannon and just puts it everywhere, which was really annoying. But I thought I could fear him, but it turns out you can't. By the way, he went on me and exploded on me, so that doesn't really matter. So again, we were 1 minute and 21 seconds over the 3 chest time, which is really unfortunate, but we do get our 11 key, which is a King's Rest. We loot the chest, we get a cloak that we do not need at all. And yeah. So I offer it to the group, nobody wants it. The Demon Hunter gets the trinket, which is a really good upgrade. And the Warlock got a got 9 legs. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next clip. So, hey guys, I just finished an emissary here for 395 equipment. I don't think this is going to be an upgrade, but I want to record this just in case to see what happens. This makes me, I'm recording this on a Monday. This makes me feel like there might be a weapon cache tomorrow, which would be sick, because I could really use a better shield. That would bump us up quite a lot. So let's see what we get. Order of Embers and legs. Haste averse. I've got the same, mine are better. Even though it says 1% there from the from my add-on, it's not correct. I prefer the increased haste here. So no upgrade, but I'll put this in the video just so you can see what I'm up to. I'm basically just waiting for reset. I'm going to be doing my 11 King's Rest soon. Probably tomorrow. Not really looking forward to that one because the the last mob before the last boss is a pain in the ass for warriors on Fortified, and we're going to get shredded by it. It's going to be interesting to see. But I will see you guys there, whether it's the dungeon or we get the weapon cache. So yeah, see you there. Hey guys, so we're in a King's Rest 11, and I kind of forgot to record earlier, so we've killed like 2 or 3 packs of mobs. We haven't missed much. It's a +11. It's our own key, and so one thing I'm going to mention is that the Paladin and the Mage are my friends. Neither of them are very experienced with King's Rest, and neither of them are better geared than my warrior. They're all relatively even. Sorry, I was moving my mic a little bit there. Yeah, they're relatively even to me in gear. The Paladin is 396, we're 395, the Mage is like 389, I want to say. Something like that. So here we have a little bug. Those minions of Soul have been stuck there for a really, really long time. And I also forgot, like, I was in voice comms with them, so I didn't record any sound. So our plan here was the mage pulls out the big dudes, and I pull out the small dudes, and that will just work, right? That was what I assumed. But what seems to happen is that when the mage dies, he got hit through invis. We just get the mobs. Now, the best part is we did not bolster the mobs. That was like the biggest problem that we could have had. So that's okay. We didn't have to bolster the mobs. But this is also a very bad predicament because this pack is going to give us this pack is now going to give us the reaping, which it's not ideal. We're getting absolutely hammered here. The healer is working their ass off to keep me alive. I'm trying to like tell my friends to kill them evenly. So I was on voice comms with my friends, but I didn't want to include that in the video because I'm going to be honest, when I watch Mythic Plus, I really don't like hearing people's voice comms. I just want to watch the game. So, yeah, we're getting kind of hammered here. I use my avatar because I have the trait or talent, I forgot which, I think it's a trait that makes my avatar give me my ignore pain, which was huge there because I'm pretty sure that saved my life. So far we've had some bugs where the minions of Soul didn't want to move, and we had to do all kinds of weird shit to get that to work. And there we lose our boomkin as well. We're staying alive. This guy's really big. Neither of the druids was soothing him, which was really annoying. So now we just have these two left. And here the funny thing is, right? The boss is coming in, and he instantly aggroes on the paladin. This is really weird. So he aggroes onto the druid and then runs after the paladin. Now that I see that a second time, I actually know what happened. I think what happened is that the druid has Blessing of Wisdom on him. And either the druid has Blessing of Wisdom and the mana proc caused the paladin to get aggro, or the paladin used he buffed himself or did something which warranted aggro from the boss. But it's not a big deal. We reset the boss, and now we go again. And this is a really long dungeon. It's a +11. And both druids are pugs. They're pretty experienced, and you'll see like I said, I don't want to, like, my friends, they did well, and they have way less experience with King's Rest than I have. So it's if they don't do perfectly, it's kind of okay. And I wanted to get them their key, so I kind of just let them use my warrior's gear. I mean my warrior's key. And the mage is a big alt. He's not very well geared. The druids are both like 414 item level. They were straight from the group finder. But yeah, so both the mage and the paladin are both pretty well under item level 400. So yeah, we've had to deal with a lot of annoying shit in the beginning of the run, but that's okay. Sadly, we don't have game sounds either. So you guys are gonna let me know if you guys dislike the way the way I did this, because I could have skipped being on voice comms with them, but they would have liked me to tell them things about King's Rest that other people might not know. So I was okay with doing that. Now, another question that needs to be answered in this is do we want to keep making these really long episodes if I do 2 or 3 keys, or should I start a separate playlist which puts all the Mythic Plus in order? I can do that. That is fine. And the question is, if I do that, do I commentate over them? Do I keep them raw? So that's something I'm gonna need feedback on. Obviously, by the time you guys see this, like we're probably gonna have the new affix and everything by the time you see this. Here I was hoping one of the druids would knock back the king, which they did not, so we have to run out. I charge in just to do a little bit of damage. I know I can take it, it's fine. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the goals for the series. I don't think I'm gonna keep the rating part included in the goals. I feel like that's very pointless. I think the main deal here is we want to gear up, and that's kind of what the point of the series is, so I'm going to keep it that way. So I think the goal is when we get, between 405 and 410 item level, that's when we're going to call it quits, probably, and I don't know where we'll go from there. Maybe I'll start doing like just raw Mythic Plus uploads. That's definitely a possibility. Maybe I'll do something else. We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. So, and I mean, obviously in patch 8.2, there's a lot of new things that we can do. A lot of new content, a lot of new Mythic Plus gear, and I think that we will continue the series after 8.2 comes out, because what happens in 8.2 and in season 3 of the Mythic Plus and rating is that our item levels are going to get raised. So a Mythic Plus 10 is going to give 430 loot instead of 400. So we're going to have to set another goal of getting gear. Now the question is, I'm going to need feedback on this too. Am I going to do that on the warrior? Am I going to do that on some other character? That's not up to me. That's kind of up to the people I watch. I play the warrior because I enjoy it. I'm not playing it just for YouTube. That's why I started it, but I'm playing it now because I enjoy it. So while we're clearing a bit of this trash, I'm just going to take a break from talking because I am talking over the footage that you're watching. I just need to get a drink. I need to take a sip or two, and talking this much is very annoying. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys in a sec. So obviously these videos are getting really long when I'm doing 2 Mythic Pluses per week on it. So we kind of have to know if we're gonna keep doing that or if we're gonna be like only showing the highest key I do. That's definitely a possibility too. There's a lot of things we can do and change. So in terms of my experience in Mythic Plus, I've never been much to push higher keys. I do my 11, 12, 13 maybe in past seasons. In season 1 particularly, I did some Mythic Plus boosting in season 1. But I've never been one to push the keys, so there, I'm in terms of my experience with a dungeon, I don't think King's Rest is my best, but it's not my worst either. My worst is Motherload. There's no question about it. But my best is probably a Taldazar, because I mean that's just the one that when you're pugging, that's the dungeon you look for. Especially as a warrior, there's a lot of good loot there. That's just the dungeon you look for because it's really easy, and most people aren't gonna be okay when they're doing that dungeon. There's very little chance that they're gonna mess it up. So yeah, that's for me. I don't, I can do kind of anything. I've decided not to go for top end rating again, you know, top 150, top 200. I'm not going to do that again. I've decided to settle down just in a casual guild for now, because I mean, Classic is coming out, and when Classic comes out, I will be playing that a lot, and I will be doing a Let's Play in Classic as well, which is kind of why I'm introducing World of Warcraft to my channel, and then we'll move on from there into doing some Classic. And Classic is definitely something I look forward to doing, because that's more of a you can set yourself goals to work towards, and that's always that's always a good thing. What I might start doing before you guys even see this is I might start making playlists on my channel for different Mythic Pluses and record them. You know, put raw gameplay of like my Paladin or whatever. That's something I might start doing. Do some of that. Because obviously, right now, the only thing you'll find on my YouTube channel is my warrior, and not everyone likes a warrior. So there's definitely, you know, room to grow there to implement more people into my community. And so we're doing this pull here, and I'm trying to keep them like in a similar place. But then someone goes and pulls two more on the side when these are about to die. The Boomkin ninja pulls on the behind him, accidentally pulls, and that means like that guy gets bolstered really big. And that's obviously not what I like. So, you know, obviously don't want them bolstering so hard. Now we had another one come out, so I'm just gonna keep going here. Just gonna keep kiting. When they're this bolstered, there's really no need to take any risks and tank them myself. I should have swapped my skulls sooner because the other one is gonna die before we kill this one. So after this one, we'll have reaping again, which is great. That's why I'm saving my big warrior cooldown, because warrior tanks are really good damage on reaping. And as you guys have seen on the damage throughout the run, is that I've done relatively well. Oh yeah, we had to kill this guy before reaping shows up. Yeah. I'm doing a lot of damage, especially on the AoE pulls, which is very standard for a warrior tank. Warriors are very well known to be broken right now with Thunderclap. They are getting nerfed in the next patch, as far as I know. That might have changed by the time I say this, or by the time you see this, but yeah. Currently, I'm making each episode is about a week worth of gameplay. And I put that down to it's mostly the Mythic Plus that is the gameplay, and then the rest of it is just like some emissaries and stuff that's scattered around throughout the reset, which is definitely not, you know, it's WoW doesn't have a lot to do. That's kind of the wrong way to say it. It has a very little meaningful progression that you can do every day, that you can just work towards anytime you want. And that's something I really miss about the game is my team got absolutely slammed there, so I'm trying to keep aggro on them, but I don't have Avatar still because they're really split up, making this very awkward for me. But it's very awkward to get aggro on them all because I can't just stand wherever I want. And then sometimes my tab targeting on these is really buggy, kinda. It's a bit weird. So we have one left and we're just gonna wait and we're gonna res up the pally. That's the plan. Yeah, tanking so far has been really fun. I'm flying. Tanking for me has been fun so far, but there's definitely moments where I kind of wish I wasn't the tank. I think this dungeon is a good example of this. Is that me being the tank is great and all, but that also means that if I'm DPSing, I would trust myself to pull that off very well as well, because that is my main role. Tanking is more just a hobby. So that being said, I do enjoy it. Definitely fun. I do. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be doing it every week on 5 characters to do Mythic Plus. But here we are. 4 tanks actually. I've actually lowered the count of characters I'm playing down from like 6 to like 4 now. I've completely dropped my Warlock and I've dropped my Druid. Those are characters I've dropped. Really don't enjoy them right now, especially in the tank role. Obviously, Warlocks can't tank, but Warlocks aren't fun in Mythic Plus either, in my opinion. So, my current main is my Monk, which I'm still working hard on. And I got confused here. I was like, wait a minute. I got confused. That was my bad. So we were doing well for time, but we're definitely slowing down with all the deaths and stuff that we're having now. There's definitely we're slowing down a little bit. But we go straight for the boss. We pop cooldowns. We pop our time warp, and we go absolutely ham. Which is obviously at this point it takes so long. The way I would do it is I would pop heroism on the first boss and the second boss. Or if you're in a more coordinated group, you can do a bigger kind of, you can do like a bigger kind of pull, do like a double pull somewhere and pop hero to kill those, or time warp or bloodlust. But in a pug, I would say first boss, second boss, and then either last boss or the ad before last boss. But if you're on tyrannical, you're gonna need heroism on the third boss. I think that boss can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So yeah, this boss is definitely the easiest part of this dungeon, I feel like. I mean, I don't personally find King's Rest hard. Yeah, some things hurt a lot, and we're about to see that. There's a lot of things that hurt a lot, but I'm also like, I'm not over gearing this and I'm not under gearing this. There's definitely room for me to be better geared here. Like a 360 shield, if I had a 410 shield like my paladin, we would potentially be seeing like less kind of damage taken. Obviously on a pack like this, I don't feel like I'm taking that much damage, but now that I say that, my health is dropping scary amounts and I pop my block. But like you see my health even through my shield wall, it's dropping really fast. So the Berserker is definitely scary. When you have 2 stacks of it, you're gonna die. I'm hoping, I was hoping I could reset my stacks there. I had to kite here, but the problem is the healer didn't follow. So here the healer battle reses me, and I didn't realize it at the time. So I just took it. I didn't really want to get battle res, I'll be honest. Because it doesn't save any time. I should have canceled it. I just wasn't paying attention enough. So now I've kind of learned, let's do damage to the Berserker. Because back in the day when I used to tank this, when I say back in the day, I mean like in season 1, like a couple months ago, I played a DK, and DKs did not really care about the dot that the berserkers do. We really didn't care at all. Well, on the warrior, when there's less self-sustain, it's definitely noticeable the damage it does. Like you can look at my health right now. I have bark skin from the healer, and my health is just dropping. Like it's really scary. And I hear him slowed. I'm yelling at my friend, "Give me freedom! Give me freedom!" He does it at the last part of my yeah. I decided to pull these back because the berserker is still roaming around. It's not ideal, but because it took so long to kill some of the things that we did kill, we didn't really have the appropriate positioning to do it any other way. And here, keeping aggro on these raptors on skittish is a pain in the ass. They're all over the place. So we're gonna get reaping here, and that's why I'm saving my big cooldown, because when these dudes die, the raptors, we're gonna have a lot of damage going out. So yeah, one thing I feel like I'm not doing well enough after doing this dungeon is that I don't kite enough. Obviously, when you're in skittish, it's really hard to just stop attacking the mobs because you're just gonna lose aggro on them pretty much instantly. So yeah, that's definitely a factor. So, but yeah. So here we get a pretty big pull, and we have a lot more coming. So I go and try to pick them up, do as much damage as I can. Trying my absolute best to spam them down. As you can see, me and the Rat Paladin, we're taking good care of them. And they're all dead. Just with 1 wings and 1 avatar cooldown, everything is just dead. I really wish we did that better. This pull is a bit sketchy. I'm kind of scared of the Berserker. I really want to put a skull on him, so I do change my skull. I feel like the Berserker is more dangerous than the other mobs. You see, I've got 1 dot already. It really hurts. I'm trying to keep aggro and everything, but there's so much cleave going on. I have to avoid stuff, so I get the Witch Doctor back. Definitely not my favorite experience playing on skittish, but it's yeah, it's interesting to say the least. Yeah, one thing that I'm pretty much spamming as much ignore pain as I could be doing, and I still feel like I am not preventing any damage with it. That might be a gear thing, I don't know, but it doesn't feel great. Yeah, a lot of the times I feel like I'm taking a lot of damage. That could just be, King's Rest is very painful. Could just be that. Probably is. But on the other side, I've done a couple 10s on other tanks this week, and I think the warrior was the worst, honestly. Like, yes, they do a lot of damage, and that's very good if you're in a coordinated group, but in terms of being in a pug, I would still say the paladin from me, because I'm not playing with DK either, so obviously I think DK is probably the best in a pug out of all the tanks. The paladin can just do so much. Like I can like interrupt from afar which helps a lot with reaping. I have cooldowns. I can bubble basically the debuff on this off me, which is like a huge thing. The berserkers would not be a threat to me if I could bubble the debuff off. Like they wouldn't be. So that's definitely one thing that I would say I like about the paladin a lot more. However, here we I decided to go in for an AoE pull on the next pull that we're gonna do. Mostly because we are gonna probably accidentally bolster something or accidentally break the CC anyway. So I'm just gonna go in there with my cooldowns and just go ham. Hopefully, like we are really close to reaping as well. So we're trying to kill these guys as fast as we can. I'm taking obviously a shitload of damage on bolster. One thing I didn't understand is the Boomkin didn't seem to play with treants, and treants are really broken in my opinion. They're really good. Here I am dying. I'm trying my best to pop everything I have. I was hoping my mage buddy would be further away. I didn't have time to look, and so I die. I'm trying my best to get all the mobs back. Obviously here, the witch doctor gets healed up so far back there because I cannot really. I'm going everywhere, trying to hold aggro everywhere, and nobody's killing the totem, and the witch doctor is just standing in the totem, and that's kind of my fault. I'll be completely honest. That's kind of my fault. Yeah. Would have been really, really good. The grave bolts there, like I said, there weren't any interrupts from afar. You can see the mage didn't interrupt, the paladin didn't interrupt, the boomkin didn't interrupt. So like that's what I'm saying with like a paladin, I could have interrupted that from afar, which would have definitely helped. Here it says we have 2 battle reses, but our boomkin didn't battle res anyone. And yeah. I'm getting absolutely shredded right now. I have very little cooldowns left. And then I just get absolutely stomped on. Here, if the druid just battle res me, we would have been okay. But now we have to run all the way back, and I shouldn't have released. I should have stayed dead. The healer was getting close. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of released in frustration that the druid didn't just battle res me. I was right there, or battle res the healer earlier, because we had every opportunity. I was tanking everything. They waited before they released. Like he could have definitely resed someone. Cause like I mean I was okay for a little bit. I had last stand up, but I didn't expect 50% of my health to just disappear. So that was kind of unfortunate. Lost a lot of time on that one, and that looking at it now from this angle, we're gonna run out of time here. I don't think we're gonna be able to make this in time. Obviously, I know we're not, but I was kind of trying to hope to make it suspenseful, but it's very obvious at this point we're not gonna do it on time. We have 1 mob there. We have 2 mobs after that, 2 berserkers. We have a boss. We have a big like mini boss, and we have another boss. And that's not happening in this time. I asked my mage buddy to come close so I could charge to him as much as I can. We're gonna hopefully kill this guy fast. I really didn't wanna. I just wanted to nuke this one and go to the other room because 2 berserkers are already hard enough to deal with. But yeah, I don't really know why the Boomkin wasn't playing with his Treant's talent. It's a really powerful talent. So yeah, this is where it's gonna hurt a lot. They don't have any cooldowns, I think, and I'm just getting absolutely hammered. The problem is here, if I try to kite, the other party members are just gonna end up with this debuff on them, which we do not want either. There, I tried to jump away, and I'm just gonna die here. The healer isn't coming in to help. I'm kind of out of range of him. So that definitely, like, in that situation, I feel like the healer should really pay attention and follow me around. Yeah, we did lose a lot of time here. Maybe we don't have a battle res. I'm looking at the battle res add-on I have down there. Maybe we don't. I guess we don't, because I feel like he would have res there, maybe. But yeah, I don't really want to blame anyone, because obviously I didn't play perfectly either. But this key was easily one-chestable. We could have easily one-chested this run. We had a really rough start. Then in the middle of the run, we went really well and solid. And then, yeah, then we started having these issues. It might have just been a bug in my weak aura that told me we had a battle res. You can see it on the bottom of your screen. It says we have a battle res, and I was expecting. Yeah, I was trying to leap over that backhand he does to me, but I didn't do it. Didn't work for some reason. I used it, but it wouldn't do anything. But yeah, I feel like there were definite opportunities to get this done on time. Here I see I don't have the debuff, but I really don't want to risk anything because I was still hoping we could do this in time. But we're not gonna do this in time, I think. I mean, I know we're not. There were small times that could have been played better, which would have made us do this on time. But yeah, so we're just gonna do. I hate this boss with passion. The hitboxes of the axes are really annoying, and this thing here is also got a weird hitbox as well. Thankfully, that part doesn't really do much. But yeah, it's all about avoiding the spinning axis. This part doesn't do much. Watch the healer's health. He's got the debuff from the Severing Axe. If this was tyrannical, just imagine how much damage he would be taking on an 11. Kind of ridiculous. So I'm trying to move this guy closer to the middle so we can stay away from the axis. Pop Avatar for a little bit more DPS. The druid's about to get charged. We're standing in the way of it. And then we have totems, and only the mage is killing the explosive totem. He calls it out to me that nobody is killing it, so I go there now to try to help. He didn't call it out in time. So I would have gone there sooner if because I felt pretty confident he could do it, but maybe not at 389 item level or something. He needs a little bit, like 5 more. But yeah, our single target damage for some reason is non-existent this run. It's really, really annoying how non-existent our single target damage is right now. Because there was still an opportunity to do this on time, but I don't really want to blame anyone. But if we had higher DPS, we easily could have. But in this game, I value friends over doing something on time, and Mighty had 1 day off today. He usually works a lot, and he wanted a 10 done on his paladin, which is like his kind of main character. So I wanted him along, and I let the mage come along as well because he needed an 11. It's the last day of reset, and it doesn't really matter as long as we're able to do the dungeon. I don't really care if we don't do it on time. Ideally, I want to do them on time on video, and I think if I did it with random pugs, we would have. But you know, sometimes friends over pugs. That's how the world works. Yeah, this guy hurts a lot. For warriors, I have very little defense against him. I like trying to spam my ignore pain, and he takes it off in like one hit. It's very sad. I'm just like, help. I was telling the paladin to be ready to lay on hands me if I had to use it. I had to actually use all of my defensive cooldowns to kill this guy, which is really, really annoying. Yeah, there's one ad in the back that we're trying to deal with. So here the Boomkin wants Harrow, and I don't want it here. I want it when he's on his third raptor so we can cleave, because we have a lot of cleave. Like warrior, paladin, mage cleave, and Boomkin cleave. So I say no. Mage gets one shot there, kind of funny. Maybe a little bit low geared for an 11. We'll see if he's there in the next run we do. But it was my key, so I felt confident just taking them with me because it's realistically not going to matter. Because, yeah. So here, people should just be focusing Desar, in my opinion at least. I don't know how the high level players do this anymore. And then here, something happens. I want to see. I accidentally tab targeted there. I meant to skull on the. I meant to skull on the raptor, not King Desar, because he is absorbing all the damage. I don't know how I accidentally tab targeted and took forever to notice, but I notice it now. It took me forever to notice this, and I mean realistically, didn't really matter because we weren't gonna do it on time. But yeah, it was a bit awkward. So now he's jumping around. One thing that really confused me about this run is that both of the druids have more Mythic Plus experience than me this season. And I don't have, I have, okay, I've done like a 9 or 10 in almost every dungeon. I don't really care to push much. But what happens in this dungeon, which is one of my least experienced ones, when the boss starts this, they just kite around. I just wait and then just run through. That I don't know why they run around. I kind of fucked it up. I don't know how, but I did. And then yeah, they ran all the way around. You can easily run through. Because the boss does two different ones. That one is random. That one is the one that just keeps going in a circle, as you can see. But then there's another one that does like X parts of the room for a little bit. So yeah, the healer is still running circles in the room for some reason. But hey, we did it. So it wasn't on time. It was really, really close. I think there were some minor mistakes through the run that could have been adjusted to make us do this in time. So yeah. Now here we're just looking at what loot people get before we close out the run. And it was a fun run, but I would have liked to do it on time. Paladin got bracers that I don't need, and then the Paladin also bonus rolls this belt. Anyway, I will see you guys when we go open our weekly chest in just a little bit. Yeah, see you there. Good morning, guys. Whoa, voice crack. I just woke up. It's very early. I just woke up. So we're going to go and look at our Mythic Plus weekly chest. It's time. I've got loot specializations set on protection, so let's see what we get. Come on. Give us a shield. 4 gloves. That's not bad, actually. I really needed that. That's good. We're still getting items we need, and that's going to put us at 396 item level. And the key we got was a 10-way crest. That's not too bad. So, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed it, throw a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I might be bulk uploading a few episodes. You might have seen it by now, but because of patch 8.2's announcement, I kind of want to try to catch the series up. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.